what is this for 4.99? I said, yes, but I was explaining to you that for 4.99 you get only the sandwich. She opened it, she threw me in my face, man. Directly in my face. So Padel got in and it was crazy, man. It was crazy. Since then, I never went back to London and to my city in Italy, but now I've been here 4 years and I'm very happy.
But what did you think, Alessandro, when you saw the fields empty and you had all that work done, all those sacrifices, started from scratch?
We were empty, completely empty. Every time someone called, we say that we are fully booked.
Po kërkoni investimin të radhës, Extra Real Estate të sjell prona ekskluzive nga Dubai drejt Evropës, të sigurta, të besueshme dhe të përshtatshme për ty. Extra Real Estate, investo me mend, jeto me stil. Do të ndërtosh brandin tënd personal dhe të shpërthesh në rrjetet sociale? Radi Marketing është makineria krijuese pas videove më virale në Shqipëri. Strategji, xhirim, montazh. Radi Marketing i bën të gjitha. Zëri yt ka vlerë. Radi Marketing e bën të dëgjohet më gjerë.
Frymëzohet nga historitë e shqiptarëve që po lënë gjurmë në botë. Success Made in Albania sjell në dritë vizionare dhe sipërmarrësi që bën diferencën. Bëhu ti historia rrallës.
Hello, welcome to the podcast of Success by Xhulio Radi. Today I have a very special person, Alessandro Pallini, CEO and co-founder of Albania Padel Group. Alessandro, welcome.
Ciao, Xhulio. Thank you very much for...
Thank you for accepting the invitation.
Thank you to you. It's a pleasure.
I'm curious, what is Padel? I'll just ask the basic question first. What is Padel and why did you choose this sport to bring in Albania?
Beautiful question. So basically, Padel, let's say, is a tennis kind of sport, but is more facilitate. Let's say that you play always 2 versus 2, so never 1-to-1. Mm-hmm. The court is much smaller than tennis. So tennis normally is 600 square meter. Here we're talking about 1/3, so it's 200 square meter.
Okay.
And plus what they did, they caged it. So they put barriers all over in glass and metal to facilitate the whole game and make it more like a fun sport rather than a very serious and technical sport. Mm-hmm. You know, Padel right now is the fastest growing sport of the last, I believe, 5 years worldwide, and became so popular because everyone can really access it. You know, tennis, before being able to actually play, you need to take a lot of lesson, and invest a lot of times in boring processes that then they stop the enjoyment. And most of the people, they are very excited at first, but after 1 week or 2 weeks, they just give up. Padel, on the contrary, after 5 minutes that you understand a bit the rules, bam, you start enjoying it, and it's very cool, it's very fun.
So you don't need to spend a lot of time to learn the game, the rules and everything?
Absolutely not. You can be at a dinner with absolutely random people, pick 4 of them, and go to play. That's the beauty of it.
That's nice. Is this a sport just for VIPs? Because I saw important people and interesting people or professionals. Is this just for VIPs? Is this expensive, or who can access this sport?
Absolutely. Look, when I started the project, my idea was to develop something for everybody. Definitely is a sport that can be played from 6 years old up to 70 years old. So it covers a very big slice of population. On the other hand, of course, at our center, kids, schools, they have a very dedicated price because the idea is to involve youngsters. But definitely, in the last couple of years, let's say the average people goes between 30 years old and 60 years old. It's a sport for everybody, but of course, there are certain categories and sectors that they feel more appreciate to start this kind of job because at the end of the day, it's an expense. It's an expense, like other things. So, we have celebrities, we have a politician, we have businessmen. Businessmen, let's say, is the best sport for them because it's the best sport to start. You don't need long preparation. You don't need a physical strong preparation. So we don't have all athletes, Instead, the slice of athletes is very little in our center. But let's say it's a sport for whoever maybe in the last 2, 3, 5 years didn't know what to start again from And Padel is the solution. Padel is the solution.
You said one word, expense. Is it really an expense or this is actually an investment?
Very good, very good. I like this. Yes, is an investment.
Okay.
Definitely an investment. It's not an investment only on your health, you know. I think it's an investment also on your mindset, you know, because you start saying, okay, perfect. I dedicate 1 hour, 1 hour and a half, 2 hours of my day for me. You know, so this help you in your everyday life. Also, physically, is supporting you a lot because I have clients that maybe in 6, 7, 8 months have lost over 25 kilos. Wow. So it's an amazing cardio. Just to think, Xhulio, one of the match make you burn up to 700, 800 calories. You know, so for people that up to there, they never include any sport in their everyday routine, burning this amount of calories is such a pleasant thing. And to conclude, of course, makes you feel again champion. So it gives you a lot of confidence and energy. And plus, let's say now our community is a place where you build a lot of connection. You know, so that is the added value as well in your life. So let's say overall is a cool thing to start.
Nice. What is the average duration of a match to burn 700 calories?
Normally one paddle match is 1 hour and a half. Okay. Then you can do training, for example, 1-to-1. And in a 1-to-1 training, 1 hour is enough. Yeah. And then we have very big competition as well. So we do a lot of different events. They last normally 2 days, you know, where you can play 3 or 4 matches per day. And there is for the most experienced one that they can manage maybe more hours of game per day. But yeah, roughly 1 hour and a half of your life and you're going to get changed.
Nice. Let's talk a little bit business. You told me a very interesting story how you saw when you came here, you were asking you were searching for places to go, for sports to play, because you are an ex-sportsman, right?
Absolutely.
You used to play football before. What was the first moment where you thought about this? Because you told me something that people go there, they just play and they leave.
Absolutely, man. So basically, I will take a little bit of time in this question because it's very important for me to specify. I had a very close friend here. His name is Pasquale Minasi. We used to be classmates when we were at high school, and we haven't seen each other for very, very long time.
Okay.
We came across from his company, Blue Magic, that he was doing hair transplant worldwide.
Yes.
So I came across that he was the CEO. We had the opportunity again to talk about business and stuff and to meet again. And he told me, come to visit Tirana. I came to visit Tirana only 2-3 days, not much. And I loved it. And he was telling me, man, but let's think what we can do together because we haven't seen each other for 15 years, but we were best friends back then. We've been talking, we've been thinking, etc. And at a certain point, we look at each other, we say, but Padel, is there Padel in Albania? We check a bit the Balkan maps and there was no Padel anywhere. And I said to him and he said to me, why don't we open Padel and we build it together? How did this idea came? You know, because me and him, you always been playing football, you know, professionally. And we went to play a couple of times in different sports center here, all in football because we are, fan of football. What I really saw that a lot of Albanians were so passionate to play football. They were shouting at each other, were very competitive, you know, that they were sweating and very happy to be there. And I said, look, people play here, people play. But what I was missing is that nobody was coming earlier than the game and stay there to chat or stay there to confront themselves and discuss. And nobody was staying after the game. Plus, I saw also some facilities not very welcoming. Maybe you didn't have coaching or professional like physiotherapists, etc. And I said, first of all, let's get a place that can be welcoming for everybody and for every age. Let's put all the services around. So we put nutritionists, we put physiotherapists, we put post-recovery, pre-warm-up, we put an international coach from Argentina. Let's put all the services so the client can really say, okay, here is my place. Here I can really learn. And plus we picked Padel because Padel definitely right now is the fastest growing sport worldwide and is the easiest to start. You know, you can convince someone that is on his 40s or 50s to go back and play basketball.
Yes.
I tried basketball when I was 16 and I already realized that was not my sport. Imagine trying it at 40 when your body maybe is not that athletic and everything. You don't feel comfortable to start. So Padel got in and it was crazy, man. It was crazy. Since then, I never went back to London and to my city in Italy, but now I've been here 4 years and I'm very happy. I'm very happy to be here.
You told me before you started your businesses, you used to have good job, quite a good job, right? In London.
Absolutely.
What made you make this change? Why did you quit your job and start a business?
So, Giulio, in this, I think you would understand me, but the reason is this. You know, I used to work as managing director for different companies, very big multi-corporates. I had an amazing salary, a lot of benefits and everything, but I couldn't leave my mark, you know? I couldn't change the process of the company. I just needed to repeat processes that have been put in place for years and years and years. And even if I saw that some processes weren't working as good as I believe other could, I could not change them. So it was feel very mechanic as a job, you know? Yes, of course, it gives you a lot of certainty in life. You know, you can start planning your life, you can start having a future, maybe finding a wife and everything. But on the other side, I was not happy inside. And when I saw the opportunity to build something with a close friend that we could really leave a mark in a country, I said, man, leave all the money in the world. This will make me feel appreciated and let me grow as the man I want to be, you know? So this was the main reason. I didn't check, you know, what benefits Albania could give me or all these kind of things. But I saw Albania as a place where I could really live a real good project, let's say. And I felt good. I started and step by step, it was tough. It was not easy, bro. But we are doing it. We are doing it, let's say. It's shaping. It's shaping.
What were the first challenges you faced when you made this change or decision?
Yes, you know, first of all, to adapt a bit to the city.
Okay.
You know, Tirana is a in development city, you know. Definitely when I arrived was already a welcoming city for all the foreigner. But imagine after 10 years of London, jumping in Tirana where was still a bit all ongoing, was difficult to adapt at the beginning. The timing were much slower, you know, the rhythm was much slower. And for me that I used to work maybe 16, 17 hours at very fast pace, coming here, I was feeling like a bit on holiday, you know, like going back to Italy, for example, right now.
You have time to have an espresso, for example. Yeah.
Bravo. So I was saying, no, how can I adapt to it? Other challenges, man, you know, if you come as an employee, in Tirana is one thing, but when you start making also noise and everything, of course, there are some challenges, you know? There are some challenges around. There is a challenge on finding the perfect location. Because imagine, bro, I don't know anything about Tirana. How can I really pick a location that would work? You know? It's like, is a jolly, you know? On the other side, also bringing a sport that nobody knows. Nobody heard about. You know, playing people in a place far every day of their life. You know, it's not easy. It's not an easy concept. And the first 6 months, man, we were completely empty. And, you know, imagine that we did an inauguration, which was a crazy event. And I was very happy, man. We brought together, I think, 1,200, 1,500 people, man. And I've been there only for 2 months and a half. So I said, man, this is going to be crazy. Next day, nobody called. Nobody. But not even to come, to pass by and say, can I try? For first 2 months, nobody even thought of calling. And I was very concerned. I was really concerned.
What did you think, Alessandro? When you saw the fields empty and you had all that work done, all those sacrifices, started from scratch.
Yes, man. I really thought at the beginning, because, I was building also a team, So how can you convince a team that see a place empty in a valley, because we are located in Vizhnia, okay? So in that moment was December, very cold, empty, dark, telling all your staff, don't worry, we're going to be packed every day. This was very tough. And me personally, I thought couple of times, like in every businessman, I said, man, I think I made a very big mistake, very huge mistake, because after 10 years of London, everything is settled, some people, you have your house, you have your this, everything, is going. And here I needed to start it again from zero at 30 years old. So I said, wow, I made a very big mistake. Sometimes I said. But then the objective is keep believing it, keep seeing it, even if you can't physically see it. Step by step, one TV call and said, I heard you're open, it's a new sport, come to visit us, come to talk about that. I said, okay, let's do it. Maybe some embassy at the beginning help, because of course foreigner, they knew more about this paddle because they already played in their countries. So through them, I attach all the Albanian slice, which was my intention, because I never came to open a business for foreigner. Never. It's not the objective of a businessman. I come to a country to open something for the people of that country and to learn from them. That's my main objective. And the first 6 months, let's say 6-7 months, were very tough. But then step by step, people start believing it, and it went well.
So this is the moment you started saying, okay, I think this is working, right? When you got those first interviews and...
Absolutely. I think media here have helped me so much. Instagram at first, because Instagram nowadays is the main channel that we use. Either for personal thing, because also as a person, you need to always show a bit of what you do on an everyday basis. And clients needs to be able to see what you do, and accept if they like you or not, to share their experience with you. Second of all, business. The business you have must be on social media and must be every day, showing where is your target, where you want to go, your values, your mission and everything. And of course, TVs, because maybe we brought something innovative that caught the attention of a lot of TVs. And then step by step, they call you newspaper and TVs from Kosovo, maybe Montenegro, etc. And he expanded so much. Plus, I had also a football player at the beginning that they helped me, and I want to mention it because it really helped me at the beginning, coming and appreciating my project. We had Lorik Zana.
Oh, wow.
We had Rion Bogdani as well, Lorenz Yemini as well, which are people that from beginning, as a football player, let's say, X category, they help us go, all over, beyond. Yes.
I'm a little bit spiritual, so I want to ask you, when you saw those empty fields, would you visualize with full of people sometimes? Did you use manifestation or visualization, or not really? You just plan and you just work?
Yes, man. At the beginning, I'm serious on this because it was not easy. Because, you are in a place that you've never been. Within a society that you've never been part to, so you also don't know much on how to approach them. So at a certain point, and this idea came also from my partner, which Pasquale, which was very lungimirant on this, what we did, we said, look, let's try this card. We were empty, completely empty. Every time someone called, we say that we are fully booked. Man. And Mia was saying, bro, but do you think it's the right choice? Man, let's try. We were at a dinner and we were laughing so much because, we couldn't see any players playing. And we said, every time someone called, we are fully booked. So we started like this. We said, let's take a week. Everyone who calls, we say, thank you very much for your interest. It's a pleasure to receive your call. But this week we are fully booked. Maybe try next week. And we did like this for 1.5 weeks. Oh my God. This helps so much, so much. People start saying, no, crazy. How can I not book? How can I couldn't have the opportunity to start? What is this that is already booked and just open? And plus you get a little bit personal when they answer to you, full, sorry, you cannot call, you cannot come, And that help a bit, And another situation as well, we did a video, was very fun. We brought a lot of friends outside of our place, and we put a person of our staff saying to them, sorry guys, we are full, maybe come next time. You can come to have a drink, it's not a problem, but that help generating and visualizing also for clients what they would miss if they wouldn't start playing. So yes, this was a funny one, but
very interesting.
It helped.
What is the next milestone for your company? What are you planning to do next?
Look, if I can be honest, now we are in the moment where the business has been consolidated.
Okay.
If I need to be honest with you, we have pre-booking up to all the end of the year, around 90% of the whole availability. So we are very happy for this. We had the opportunity last year to develop a project in collaboration in Green Coast. So also the south is facing this, spreading of Padel. And now the objective is to open 2 more center, and we are very close to define the location and everything. So our objective since day one, even if it was empty, was to become the leader provider of Padel in the Balkans. And we never stop before we achieving what we settle for. So definitely now we are in the moment of expansion, and we are very close. And another thing I want to mention is that through the Federation of Padel, that now is a very consolidated organization, we have developed the first national team. So we just had the last weekend, we had the first national tournament, sponsor and partner with the federation, and we are selecting the top 8 players, that will go internationally to play the European Cup next year.
Nice.
So already this, man, is a very big milestone, bro, because 4 years ago nobody knew what was Padel. And in about 5-6 months, we're gonna all wear Albanian t-shirt and go to play European. So it's gonna be crazy, man. All from zero. So that is a very good thing that I'm proud for.
Very nice, very nice. It took you around 4 years to build it so far.
Correct.
What would you say to, for example, young guys? Because we listen to a lot of people on the internet and they want fast money, they want to get rich quick with crypto or whatever, What would you tell them? Because it took you 4 years to make it happen, What would be your message to them?
Look, if you are not willing to sacrifice yourself, I wouldn't suggest you to start. Because, man, even in business, we don't have to push people that they are not ready mentally to say, okay, I understood, to just throw them into business. First, we can be their mentor, we can be their support, but they need to understand that at first they need to be able to sacrifice. Another big obstacle is that everyone have a lot of ideas, but then is scared because they say, I have no money, so I don't develop it. This is not the point, man. You start first developing an idea, you start first in define it fully, and once you believe it's defined, you find a person or a company or an association, whatever, that believe in you and put down the investment that you need at the beginning, man. Because if you are 20 and you have the business mindset, why throwing it away because you don't have 50 or 100K in your pocket? You don't have to have them. You have to have an idea, smart idea, willing to work, willing to commit. And someone else, maybe in their 40s, in their 30s, or whatever, they don't have that energy anymore or that creativity anymore and will invest in you. So you don't have to get blocked because you don't have the funds to start a business. You first need to work on yourself, be ready with yourself, and put down an idea concrete, doing a business plan, fail it, do another one, Those people say, No, I know it will work. Yeah, but show me why it works. No, don't worry, I will bring my friend, no. Put it down, write it down. Show me a scheme, show me something that I see passion in you, and the money will come after. It's not a problem. So these are the 2 points, main point. And the third one, man, don't expect to earn money from first day. There are a lot of business that already on the first year, the return of investment, well done to them,
Yes.
But it's a very tricky thing when happen this to you. Because what they do, these people, they settled, they get the return of investment on first year. They start the second year a bit more mellow, a bit more soft. And then on the third year, they bankrupt, that's the main problem. So I prefer suffering 2 years, not making profit, and then with all the energy and the sacrifice that I put into it, start seeing, skyrocketing. There I can really be able to manage it and go forward. Well, it depends if you're ready to start. Everyone can really start. In every country, in every place, there is no obstacle.
I agree with you because it's tricky. Of course, credits to them if they make it profitable since the first year. But I would choose, for example, because I also passed through this way, I would choose a much slower way to make money, to be honest. I also want to make money, but I think a slower way is better because while you are building a business, you are also building yourself,
Bravo.
And if you get a ton of money in the first year, you are not used to it yet, And in fact, it will be bad for you, not good. So
Absolutely.
if it takes you maybe 2 years at least, I think, it will be much better because the sacrifice and the pain will help you grow as a person.
Very
So,
good. And also, if you start getting too much money at the beginning, you don't work on yourself
Yes.
anymore because
Yes.
you believe you achieved it.
Yeah.
You believe you're good and you stop. And that's very tricky. Very, very tricky. It's a double-edged sword. You can get cut from both sides. But if you go slowly and you increase that passion and you increase that patience as well, you'll be able to go forward very long term. Absolutely, man.
Besides the technical skills that someone needs to have for his own idea, what are some soft skills, let's say, that you would suggest? Let's say young guys, also girls, but young guys because we understand them more, What skills would you suggest them to learn parallel to building their business,
Okay. Look, to be honest, I don't think there is a specific scheme. It depends what life you want to go through.
Okay.
I wouldn't, for example, suggest to all the youngers to live enjoyment at first from day number 1. I still believe a little bit of going out with friends, building communication skills, building a way of going to school and learning that you need to be on time. You need to study something for yourself, not to become something. But you need to learn this kind of discipline first. Because, a lot of people saying, look, nowadays school, maybe they cage you with your thoughts. Fair enough. But we don't go to school because they told us, you're going to be a doctor. You're going to school to meet people and learning how to talk, communication. You're going to school to be always, dress neat and tidy, on time, knowing that you have some breaks and some scheduling, you need to see beyond the school. Then, of course, if you see that 18, 19, 20, you want to be independent, me personally, man, look, this thing, I don't normally say it, but I want to say it. So I stopped school at 17,
Okay.
So I never continue university and everything. Is not a recommendation for the public because I don't give recommendation, but I talk only about myself.
Yes.
Why? Because at 17, I had already the will and the commitment of saying, no, I want to be independent. I want to try to make it myself. I want to be also financially independent because, sometimes the father, this, that, they give you some money to survive, but I felt like an heavy weight for them. So I started saying, no, I want to be independent. I start earning 300 euro, 400 euro, working my ass off, man. Sorry for the word, but it is like this, you know. And also after 3 months of my first job, I was feeling like I was the best. They fired me, you know. I was in Nike shop, and they had only one opportunity to keep over me or someone much more experienced than me. But me, I was not seeing the experience that she has compared to me. I was seeing, no, me, I can do everything, etc. Fired, you know. And I said, no, I was so upset. And I went to another place and I became manager in a very shorter time. So suffering and then step up, you know.
Yes.
But school for me was a bit of an obstacle for what I wanted to put in the market. For others, for example, that they dream to become engineer, for example, doctors, they need to study, you know. And also us as citizen or population or colleagues, we need them to study. So it's not an obstacle for them. For them, it's the only key to then develop and deliver an amazing job. So it depends. So, but mostly, man, discipline, commitment, and spirit of sacrifice.
Okay.
These are the three things that I believe they can really support you.
Very nice. We are here at my favorite question in the podcast. Alessandro, you are in front of the mirror and you see yourself at 17 years old. You have that fire, you just started your first work or job. You started getting a little bit paid. You have a little bit taste of freedom, you know. And he's also looking at you at the same moment. He's looking at you today. You are successful, let's say, and you have accomplished a lot of things. You have a good network and stuff like that. What do you think he would say to you if he saw you today?
This is an amazing question, man, and good that you keep it as last, or one of the last. Look, I don't think at 17 I believed as much as I should to reach the point where I am right now.
Okay.
So I do believe I had the skills and I do believe in myself since I'm young. But to reach targets and objectives such as we had the opportunity to reach right now, no, I wouldn't have believed that I would have achieved something so big, you know, that I'm happy and proud for. But what I knew is that in every place I was going, no matter what was the field, because in the first, let's say, 5 years I work in different fields, I was putting the same skills and commitment that I was putting in the rest. So no matter if that place was not my place in the long term, I was absorbing a lot from every place. So step by step, I build my confidence to then right now saying, that's the reason why I was doing it, you know? Through the journey, it's difficult to realize the reason why you do certain things or certain action. Or maybe some people that they are more experienced than you, they are trying to give you advices that you don't really listen to them. You just hear in them and you say, man, why he doesn't want my happiness, you know? Instead, when then things happen in the contrary of what you did, you say, that's why they were telling me this. So I think, like they say in many books and transmission and other movies as well, you know, is not what you feel, you know, during this whole process, but you're gonna achieve it at the moment that you realize why you did all that process, you know. So I think at 17 I was not mature enough to say I'm gonna be the president of Albania. Now maybe one day.
Why not?
Why not?
Nice. You came here, you brought your capital, your energy, your commitment to Albania.
Yeah.
At the same time, where many of young people want to leave Albania, you know, for a better life. What do you see here that you are bringing your, let's say, your life, you know, your life? Because for us entrepreneurs, our life is same as business, I would say, or a big part of business.
Absolutely.
So what do you see here in Albania that you invest here, your time?
It depends what you're aiming for. I truly believe that youngster right now shouldn't leave Albania, you know. And then, of course, it depends on cases.
Yes.
But if I need to give my opinion, in the company I belong to, I own, or I collaborate for, we have space for every talent that want to really change their life. So at least I'm talking about me and a lot of other friends I have here in Albania. We work with mission and values and long-term plan. So if you are willing to grow, if you have a discipline and willing to grow yourself, we have opportunities, man. So let's don't always take this stereotype. No, because Europe, because that.
Yeah.
Definitely, during your last 20 years, you had many situations that they were maybe more tough than others. And of course, one of the best solutions was going abroad, like I did in myself. Because, man, I am an immigrant for 15 years now, So it's 15 years that I don't live in Italy, okay? But I respect my country. I love my country, and I would never talk bad, even if sometimes the opportunity are not there, or even sometimes they don't treat me as I wish to. But no, I always respect it. And right now, it's time for the people that are growing here to say, look, it's time to stay in Tirana, I believe. It's growing so much in a lot of field, most of the time, as you said before, and we said in many occasions, this fast money environment feeling have a bit intoxicated the whole vision of a youngster. That is the main thing. We are too much on social media as a viewer, not as producer of content, as viewer. And we don't realize what is the reality. But the reality is, for meritocracy still, there are opportunities.
Yes.
Sometimes little, okay, sometimes big, but I believe also for us entrepreneur to find someone that really look at you and sit in front of you and say, look, I want to grow. I don't want your money. I want to grow and I want to become that. Man, we are waiting as entrepreneur to see people like this. But what they say, they didn't even come to the interview and they tell me at the phone, how much I'm going to take. As soon as I hear how much I'm going to take, I hang up the phone. I don't even say bye. You have your rights to ask. Of course, but I have my rights first to understand who you are.
Yes,
because this is make me understand how much you are worthy. Cannot tell you at the phone how much you're gonna get. I don't know. I don't even know if I need you. Sorry. So first you show me, look, I wanna work for you because I believe in this, that, and then I tell you, this is my project. First month we work like this. 6 months we go here. 12 months, 3 years, 5 years.
Yeah.
That's the main thing.
Let me tell you just a very short story about when I started, because it resonates with me, what you just said. When I first started my company, I met Amarildo, who was my first client, and now he's my mentor. And I told him, listen, I know I have to pay rent, I need money and everything, but I'll work for you for free for the first 3 months. I will also learn for myself, I will build a portfolio and everything. I want no money, just I want mentorship. Teach me how to talk, teach me how to find more clients, teach me how to overcome rejections, everything, business mentorship. Okay, we started, we did a great job, and 1 month passed by, he started getting more famous, so my work was doing very good. I also had a good product, because you can market something, but if it's not the product very good, people will realize,
Absolutely.
So 3 months passed by. At the third month, Amarillo told me, you did a great job, you told me I want no payment. I gave you mentorship and training, but here's also the payment for 3 months.
Wow.
So
amazing.
I understood. I found a great person, to work with.
Absolutely.
So I would say the same thing as you said. Maybe not go for free, but with a very low payment, because the experience you get and the mentorship will be valuable for your entire life, much more than if you get like thousands of dollars.
Bravo.
So this is what I suggest to everyone. And as you said, if people come work for you, of course they will also have a mentor, I think, because I'm very sure, knowing you and your energy, you don't have a relationship just a owner and a worker, I think you keep them close and teach
Absolutely,
them and everything.
Again, on this point, man, everyone that works deserves to be paid.
Yes.
Paid in everything can be possible,
Yes.
you know, but definitely is a right of whoever works to be paid. On the other hand, I just want the attitude that is more like, listen, I am worthy and I want to learn. You know, when I hear this, then I take you under my arm and I take you to the top. But first, you need to show.
Yes.
You know, because I showed already other people. You know, I had my time. Then, you know, I've been working customer service for 15 years now. And, you know, working at a very high pace, fast pace environment like London, where you don't have day off and you work on Sunday and it's crazy, very high volume. But, you know, this kind of experience as management, as working in customer service with people and everything, then help you as an entrepreneur not to act like a boss, but to act like one of them and as a leader, as a guide, you know, because I don't want people that work under pressure that they cannot, you know, deliver what they are for. A bit of pressure is always needed just for you to make more, you know, to be better, you know, for yourself, not for me, you know. Is a giving and taking every time in everything you do. And they need to just, you know, believe in whoever is the person that will guide them. I had people that guide me at the beginning as well. Here in Albania, Pasquale, he was my mentor at the
Just
beginning.
wanted to ask you, do you have a mentor, and how important it is, since we're talking about mentors?
You know, I think mentors step by step change. You know, based on the process that you are going through. Definitely my first experience here is also thanks to Pasquale, because Pasquale, since the beginning, you know, he was a very right arm for me. You know, we was supporting me, his right arm, so we were very united. Then step by step, everyone take his own path.
Yes.
No, so sometimes you don't have time to see each other anymore, and step by step you start seeing other people. You know. Maybe people with your same situation. Mostly people from abroad got closer to me because they saw themselves back then when they were in Albania. And when they started, they had nobody to get help from. And now maybe they want to give it, you know? So yeah, I think you can absorb by everyone. You know, this is the key. Because sometimes, man, you know, of course, business is something. So if you want to learn in business, you need to have mentors that are already in business, you know, because they already gone through a lot of things. And you can mentoring people that they will to be into business. But life mentor can be a lot of different personalities, man. I learn from the parking guy in block. I learn from, you know, the cleaner of my center that she been going through a very tough life. And I learn, man. I learn a lot. That's why I never discriminate a conversation with anybody. And then step by step, you will define who you want at your table at dinner in the evening or you know, for a walk in the park, and you settle all the guidance. Yes. Beautiful,
Yeah.
man. Beautiful.
Since you mentioned Pasquale, we say hello to him.
Hello, Pasquale.
What is maybe one or two most important lessons you got from him? Maybe on business side or maybe on life side. Okay. What is something that he keeps pushing and repeating all the time that is important to him?
Okay. One of the most important part that he does in his best is delegating.
Okay.
You know, so he understood the structure of his business, you know, and he's been able to assign a role for each sector of his business. This is a very tough movement for your company because, for example, me, a lot of time I want to be there.
Yeah.
You know, I feel a bit concerned in assigning my same position to someone else. Instead, on the contrary, the best solution and the best way to scale up your business is to start believing in someone, you know? And that is a very tough thing. Very, very tough. but he does it very well. That's why he's able to expand also in different countries, different cities, and everything. And if you see ourselves together, and mostly I think this is the reason why we got along very good together in business, is because we are two very different personalities.
Okay.
Me, maybe I'm more calm and more thoughtful. Him is more, let's say, direct and strong personality, let's say, on that specific part. So we really combine together. And, for someone that maybe is more on the management point of view and less on the business at the beginning, someone that is on the business give you that push and that power and confidence that you need to then step up and go into more a business mentality. Mm-hmm. Man, I was coming from 10 or 12 years of management, but not ownership. Okay. Like I was the top of the pyramid of a company, but was not my businessman. Mm-hmm. So when I was going home, you switch off.
Yes.
If something happened, they're gonna come to me, but still the next day someone else will believe in me. Mm-hmm. If it's your place, you cannot. Like you don't have one day that you say, even if you are laying down in a sunbed in wherever you are, and even if your company is super profitable, your mind is always there. Mm-hmm. And so at the beginning, it helped me a lot on this, yes.
Mm-hmm. I understand. You worked a lot of years in customer service.
Yeah.
This is a very favorite question of people. Yeah. Is the client always right?
Look, this is nice. No.
Okay.
No, man. No. I don't believe to. I believe that in every place you work, mostly if you are the face or the manager of mm-hmm. the whole company, no, you need to educate people, man. You need to educate customers, of course, man. Of course, the customer that you discuss with, you confront with, and you sometimes have a different opinion with at the very beginning will be your most long-term clients, mm-hmm.
Yes.
So I believe that at the beginning, maybe he has a big obstacle to understanding you, and you must be always more mature to understand that obstacle, take it as the objection, throw it away, and make him liking it, what you do on a daily basis. So the one who barks at the beginning will be your most loyal clients in the future.
Wow.
But of course, you don't have to let him believe that what he's doing is right. Mm-hmm. Because we are not there for that. Man, we are there to develop things. We are there to educate people. We are there also to give example to the people that have believed in you and that work for you in order for them to grow. So no, man. Look, I could stay here 1 hour to tell you what happened in London, but I had because when I started in London, I was of course cleaner in McDonald's, so I didn't start from very high-end position. Also because I didn't speak English. Mm-hmm. But when I went as a front, let's say as a cashier, I used to do cashier for McDonald's in Victoria Station. Mm-hmm. And then after you take the order, you can also deliver the food ready to a client. Huh? I remember this woman was a 50 years old woman that she said, look, I want this sandwich, chicken sandwich, I don't remember. Was $4.99, the only sandwich. And I said, if you pay $5.99, I give you the full menu. Listen to me, I want only the sandwich. I said, okay, madam, no problem. I had 300 people in the queue. So I said, okay, no problem. Are you sure? Yes. I closed the deal. I went on the other side to deliver the order ready, no? I gave to her only the sandwich. And she said, what is this, for $4.99? I said, yes, but I was explaining to you that for $4.99, you get only the sandwich. She opened it. She threw me in my face, man. Directly in my face. And I start laughing, man, because what can you do? You don't agree with her, yes, but don't react, but I try to make her understand in all my education and all my professionalism that what she was doing is wrong. maybe I will not accept it unless she understood next time in my center or in my place. But we are there to really educate. I'm not there to react. I'm not there to fight, man. Sometimes people in my center, were coming playing without t-shirt. And I said, look, we have women playing, we have kids playing. I don't like it. Who are you to tell me this? Man, I'm the person that is telling you what to do for this specific hour of time. And I like it because I do this, that, And you need to educate, man. You don't need to accept compromises. Never in business. The compromises you accept are only within yourself. That you say, okay, look, let's put the ego on the side and let's don't say, okay, I believe the t-shirt must be white and I will never put them yellow. You must be very narrow-minded to do that. On the other side, if you said, look, we don't play shirtless, you don't play with shirtless. President, singer, or whoever comes. Starting from that, everyone then follow-ups, because at the beginning you get only concerned and say, wow, if I'm going to tell him what he's going to do to me, he's going to do nothing. No, because you are working with passion and he's going to realize this guy is good, and then believing in you and everything. So, the clients is not always right. And we need to tell them with education.
Yes.
So it's always right to receive a professional service. This is always right. Is right. That yes. But not to be always agree with. Absolutely.
I understand. I see you post a lot on Instagram. Your personal life sometimes, but also on the paddle court and on the business and everything. How important is your personal brand for business, but also for yourself?
Look, I need to tell you something very honestly. When I was in London, I used to work for third companies, and I didn't have social media. Because I would have been only a client of the social media. And for the person I was, maybe I would have invested too much time instead of focusing on my growth. So I had already a path that I was taking, and I decided like this. When then I arrived in Albania, that I developed, with Pasquale, I developed Padel, man, there I really understood that building your personal brand would have been the key, man, the key of your business. So what I start, step by step, I also had the people that were working with me that, helped me develop this because I didn't have so much experience. But yeah, building a personal brand, man, is the key, is the place where every client or potential client, besides your business, can say, you know what, I like this guy. Let's try what he proposed. Because as you know, also in your life, I think it's not about the product, but the person behind every time.
Yes.
No matter what you sell. And I truly believe that people have the rights to understand who I go there for. Yes, okay, you like Padel, whatever, but if I don't like the energy that the one who created it or is delivering,
Exactly.
why should I go? If I don't match with his vibe, let's say. So yes, but man, personal brand helped me so much. And sometimes, I post about everything. Sometimes I go to event, party. Why not?
Yeah, you're human, right?
Why not? I work 16 hours a day. Can I go to a party once every 2 weeks or once every week? Drink a glass of wine. Can I do this? Yes, I believe I can. But I want to show it because I don't want to show only that I play with kids, or I play Padel, or I go to cinema, or, I want to show a bit of everything we do. And there you can really understand.
Did you do this also when you started the business? Did you have time for fun, let's say, for personal life?
Absolutely not, bro.
Really?
Absolutely not. I mean, I was not having fun
As much.
in doing funny things.
Okay.
Ecco,
Yeah.
if I need to put it. So let's say that on Friday night and Saturday night, yes, I was going out every weekend at the beginning. But I was doing it with the long-term vision for people to see me and knowing
Oh,
me,
yes. Okay.
So to create a connection,
Yes.
to create a community, to get to know with other businesses and everything. I was doing for business, not to rest.
Yes.
Because you know that if you go on a Saturday night in a nice place, you know that person, you say hi, you change something about business. So you cannot really rest. So I was not doing it for resting, but I was doing it for increasing my popularity, let's say, as business, as person, etc. So I didn't quite enjoy. Right now, if I go out, and I go out much littler than before, I do it for myself, just to have fun.
Yeah, that's very nice. Regarding the personal development,
Yes.
do you read any books, or do you listen to audiobooks, or what kind of content do you consume? Or do you go to trainings?
Look, to be honest, I need to be honest. In the London point of view, I read books and everything, but mostly, man, I'm a person that absorb more to go to training.
Okay.
So I went to a lot of different trainings. Not, to be honest, very important, let's say, speaker or mental coaches and everything. But in London, there were so many events per day.
Yes.
So every time I could, in every field, no matter what, I was taking and going and taking part. Sometimes the price was quite high, sometimes was little, sometimes was free, but I was not putting in front of myself obstacle on this. And, there is an amazing website in London that basically offers you up to 100 events per day in every sector for free, completely. So what they did, they put the link of the map of London. They pinpoint every event on a daily basis. So you can take the map, pick maybe 8 events, and starting your journey and doing, I don't know, engineering show, art show. Then you go to gastronomy so you can eat a bit without spending and try the business of this new entrepreneur that want to, Then you go also to a winery place, and then again to other show, theater, etc. And then you go home. Maybe you spend £10, so you don't have to be that, investor or rich if you really want. So I invest 1 year like this, man. I was going on this website. Okay, today is Monday, only 50 events. Cool, whatever. Let me select them, because of course you select them. Boom, let's go. €5 the full day subway. Done. Walking, maybe sometimes 15, 20 minutes. You need to be able to do this. I went to a lot of things, yeah. And me, I'm a person more for those things. Like on this conversation, I learn much more and I absorb much more than focusing only on a book, for example.
Yes.
I have this maybe obstacle, or we can call it weakness sometimes.
I think it's called the types of learning. You learn by experience. Some people learn by visual. Some people learn by writing. Some people learn by experience. And the best way to learn is to teach it to others. So I'll send you a scheme. It's a scientific, scientific letter.
Study.
And they study. And they said if the best way to learn something is to teach it to someone else. Beautiful. It was with percentages, So I understand it very much what you say. I think we're a little bit similar here. So when you experience something, you are fully immersed, right? And all the visual and everything. So
yes.
Yeah, I understand.
Also, our encounter was very casual, even if we know each other, because also I knew your product very well. But we like each other from first, from just a way of talking or presenting ourselves. I buy those things, I don't have to know that you are a good professional. I prefer all the time to meet you even 10 seconds. And from there, I got it. I said, okay, I want to be there. It's a pleasure.
I remember we just clicked, right? We just introduced ourselves. I think it was in the elevator first.
Yes.
So just introduce yourself, what you do, how we can do something, and very easy.
Absolutely.
Very
this
smooth.
is life, I think.
Yeah.
This is life.
Yeah.
This is
It's
life.
very good. It's very good. 2 last questions.
Please.
Did you have any cultural shock in Albania? Did you find something totally new or you are not accustomed to, right?
This is very big question.
I think many.
And a lot will hate me, but okay. Look, let's take one. One first is driving. Can we say driving?
Okay.
because driving has been one of the thing crazy, man. You know, it's not only driving, is sometimes, you know, getting upset during the driving process and everything, you know, creating so much things. No, joke aside, look, let's talk about things that really helped me. To be honest, Albanians have really welcomed me since day number one. So I am very grateful to be here since day number one. You know, when I arrived was also COVID period, man.
Oh yeah.
So everything shut and everything. So the feeling was very difficult at the beginning, man. And but the taxi driver say, "Oh, Italiano, no, grande, così, cosa." A lot of people and entrepreneurs that I met at first, they were saying, "No, look, you'll never leave Albania. You'll stay in Albania for long term and everything." The people that I was meeting also in restaurant and everything, and they were happy to see if I was liking the food and everything. So the emotion at the beginning was, if I can say something about cultural, you know, and I try to be clear on this, you know, sometimes tradition, you know, in general, in a lot of different sector, can be your best thing or your worst thing.
Okay.
You know? So sometimes we need to listen to whatever has been in the past, you know, but don't take it as a only way to go forward. Okay. You know? Sometimes we just need to remember where we belong into, but never make it as the only priority and the only way to see the future.
Okay.
You know? And I see some obstacle in that, you know, that a lot of youngsters have stuck with a lot of tradition that they were belonging to their parents or grandparents that maybe lived in much more complicated period of life, which we don't have to judge them, but we don't have to also get stuck with their thoughts, you know? So this is one thing very important. And the second thing in business, if I can add, I haven't seen much managers, but mostly bosses.
Yes.
You know?
Thank you.
And this is very important, man, because we are not supporting the youth to grow entrepreneurially as much as they should. I understand that sometimes you need to be a boss. And I am as well, because absolutely sometimes you need to put, you know, structure and strictness into the business. On the other side, we need to really separate what means managing people to be their bosses. You know, and I see too many bosses rather than too many leaders, if I can say.
Yeah.
Yes.
The last thing. What is your message to people in Albania who want to start a career or maybe also a business? Doesn't matter, but who have a dream, but maybe they are still in the beginning or stuck or a little bit confused, or maybe they just finished school, but they want to achieve something, but they didn't make their first step yet, right?
Yeah.
What should they know?
Look, Albania, first of all, is the safest country I live into. And for this, I'm not saying it because I'm sitting here today, but because it's really true. Okay. I feel comfortable to go around at any time of the day with any type of personalities. No matter if you're out with your wife or if you're out with your friend at any hours. So even on a Saturday night at 4 a.m. or on a Sunday morning in the park, whenever you feel very comfortable. There are all the tools and all the jobs that can allow you to open a company. So open a company or work for someone else, you know? So there is so much facilitation in every process that you are allowed to really develop your dream. So I think nobody worldwide have an excuse not to start in Albania, you know? And also personality like you, grouping up a lot of different entrepreneurs that can really help you build a business in in 1 week, 2 weeks. So there is no excuses. There is only the will to leave prejudices and to leave skepticism behind, because in business or in life will never help you. But to really come, maybe come for a week, try, see, meet people, and then you decide. But this is the first thing I can, suggest to whoever comes from abroad. And whoever comes from here, man, as we said before and we mentioned before, they all have opportunity to make it happen. But first, they need to look inside themselves, and then they can go into the market properly.
Wow. Thank you very much, Alessandro.
Thank
It
you.
was a pleasure talking to you.
For me as
and
well.
Learning from you.
Well done for your transmission, because your podcast is very interesting. So
Thank you.
I
Thank
will
you
really
very much.
suggest it.
I do it with passion, to be honest.
I can see
really love listening to people, to everyone. As you said, you learn from everyone. So yeah, I learn from everyone too. Thank you very much. I'm very grateful.
Thank you, bro.
Thanks.
Respect.